All right, so the first property that we're going to be talking about is how the body oxidizes, how we need to slow that process down. The only way I know of, and the best way, is by introducing your body to antioxidants. So things like rusting, and if you cut an apple open and you leave it open and you see that rusting process, that browning, that's what's happening in our body. So let's find ways to slow this down, and what we're going to do is we're going to measure these liquids here to see if they're either oxidizing or antioxidizing. And the way I do that is by using an ORP meter. So the ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. So that is the potential for the properties to either be oxidizing or antioxidizing. So you see here, this water here I have in here is very oxidizing. This is actually the 2.5 strong acidic water. As you can see, the value of over 1100, that's showing that this water is extremely oxidizing. So what we're looking for when we put the probe in these waters, when I open them up, is a negative value. So that would show that this water is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and ultimately better for your health. All right, so what we got here is Sprite. This is just gonna represent all the sodas. All right, dark pop a lot of times is a lot worse. Propel. Now this is just going to represent all the sports drinks that some of us are drinking. The Gatorades. BioSteel is another one that's on the market that's very popular nowadays. And then we have Dasani. Again, probably the most popular of all these bottled waters. Voss, an artisan water. All right. A lot of people are drinking this nowadays. Fiji, all right, so this is, I guess, from the island of Fiji. Travels a long distance to get here, natural spring water. Aquafina. Now, Aquafina is PepsiCo, probably the second most popular out of all these bottled water. And we got the 9.5 Kangen Water. Excellent for your health. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's put this meter in. All right, so here we go. The Sprite, it's going down, but in the high 600s. Okay, Propel, a little better as it gets down. Getting down into the 300s, it'll probably go just under 300 or around 300. But it's still very positively charged. All right, Dasani, same thing, going up already. So showing you that it's oxidizing, negative for your health. All right, the Voss. What a lot of people are drinking. This is oxidizing our body, everyone. Let's go to the Fiji. What do we got here for Fiji? 300. Again, sitting around that 320 mark. Aquafina, a little better, but still going up into that 320. It's a little worse than the Fiji. But what we have here, boom, instantly, negative. Get into that negative 800. Either way, showing you it's positive to your health, negatively charged, negatively ORP, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, good for your health. That's what we should be drinking every day if we want that energy from our water, because these waters, most of them probably don't have very much energy to them. This is something that you're going to be getting the full benefits of the antioxidants and that positively to our health, all right? So pH, very important that we keep our body pH balanced. When we're born, most of the times, naturally and normally, we are probably alkaline. So what we want to do is keep that alkalinity, keep the balance. A lot of our food is or not just oxidizing, but very acidic. So we want to try to offset some of that acidity by introducing more alkalizing diet. That's why a lot of us are moving towards a lot of fruits and vegetables, foods that are alkalizing. And this would be a nice little, addition to that alkalizing diet that we have. So I have just pH drops. I'm not adding pH to this. I'm just showing you that either the pH of either it could be very acidic down to it could be very, very alkaline. So we're going to see what's the difference here between these different beverages. All right, so I'm just going to drop about 5 drops in each one. And we're going to see here what we have here for different pH. And if you know, the pH scale starts with 0 being very acidic, 7 is neutral, 14 would be very alkaline. And again, we're looking for something over the 7 mark if we want to stay alkaline. But as you can see, most of these beverages are very acidic. So we can all accept that soda pop, as we shouldn't probably be drinking it, is very acidic. Same thing with these sports drinks, extremely acidic, as you can see here again. But a lot of people don't understand or accept that these bottled drinks here, bottled beverages, are very acidic. Even this Voss here, that's supposed to be natural spring water, artisan mineral water, very acidic actually. I don't know if that's something I would want to be drinking on a daily basis. So we got the Fiji, looking good, a little bit better for sure. Just looks like it's neutral. Aquafina, again, very acidic. But look at the Kangen Water, 9.5. Very alkalizing to our body. All right, so look what happens now if we just keep introducing something that's very alkalizing to our diet. As you can see, how quickly we can start changing our pH of our body. As you can see, that raised the pH of that. The Voss, same thing. Doesn't matter what we do, we can still do some good things. But here with the Propel, look at this. Look how acidic that is. Watch here again with the Sprite or soda. It would actually take 30 glasses of Kangen water just to neutralize that 1 glass of Sprite there. So that's a lot of damage that we're doing to our body, because look, now that this has been neutralized, or not neutralized, but we've added some of that Kangen water in it, just easy, one time, just one sip, this goes right back to being acidic. If you're drinking this on a daily basis, there's no way you can get that pH up. And look here, one time, and that's acidic. That stuff is so acidic. We wouldn't want to be drinking that on a daily basis. We want something that's alkalizing, that's going to help offset some of the acidity that we take in our body. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is something that's alkalizing, like Kangen water. This is by far the most exciting property of the water for me, as when I saw this demo for the first time, I knew that what I was seeing was mind-blowing. As I struggled with chronic dehydration most of my life, I never drank a lot of water, so and the reason why was because the way the water made me feel. If it was making me feel bloated, when I was playing sports, it would give me cramping, and it just never made me feel well. So when I saw this and saw how this water was, the Kangen water was making the tea like pretty much expand, I was blown away. So the best way to really know how this feels is by drinking the water, but I'm going to try to represent this the best way I can with a tea bag here. So the tea bag is going to represent our body, our brain, our blood, our lungs, a lot of these things, our skin. These things actually require large amounts of water to function properly. And if you give your body the best type of water, it's gonna bless you in so many ways. So we're gonna try to make tea with this water here. I got the Dasani first. And we're just gonna see here what happens. These are all at room temperature except for the Kangen water. So you can see not much is happening here as we need to heat up the water. That way we can extract the tea from it. It actually gets the molecules moving a lot faster. It can penetrate the tea and ultimately draw out the tea. But watch what happens here with the Kangen water as I go in with it. And right away we start making tea. And that's because the clusters, they call this microclustering when the water is structured like this. The clusters actually are about 5 to 6 H2O clusters in a molecule compared to maybe 15 to 30 clusters in a molecule, making it a lot harder for our cells to actually absorb. So here, let's try again with the Fiji. And the Fiji water here. And again, we're not seeing much happening as, again, the clusters are way too big. So it doesn't get a chance to actually penetrate the tea and draw out the tea. But here, as you're gonna see again, I'm making tea. All right, very exciting as you can see here. Let's try again with Aquafina. If you didn't believe what you saw the first time. Again, so when we're eating our food, we're not getting the full benefits of our food because we're not able to absorb a lot of these nutrients that are in the food. But watch what, again, when we switch up our water, it changes everything. As you can see right there, again, I'm extracting the tea from it. So now for those athletes that I spoke about first here, if you are actually drinking and replacing your water, all these nutrients and supplements, you're actually going to be able to extract out of your supplements and actually get all the benefits of the vitamins and whatever else you're consuming, minerals. Same thing here. Now, if you're cooking with this, you're going to get the full flavor of your foods. You're going to not need as much sodium and flavorings. And again here, right away you start seeing how it draws out the waste out of your cells and really flushing it out. That's why a lot of people experience a little bit of a weight loss once they change their water, as it's able to really flush out some of the waste, and then you're getting the full value of the water. So this is what I would expect. When you look at everything that I've just spoke about, the way this water hydrates or extracts nutrients out of, so you get the full benefit of what you're consuming. Plus you got something that's pH balanced. There's a lot of the value of alkalizing diet, and coupled with maybe some of the nutrition that you might be taking in. And then you have something that has antioxidants. Oh, so when you have it all, you have a complete package. This is the way to go. This is the way our family's enjoying our water nowadays, and this is something that I would suggest for you. All right, so if you weren't impressed with the water, the Kangen water, the drinking water, there's still 4 different waters that we can take advantage of with this technology. I'm going to show you one here with the 11.5 or the strong Kangen water. This is how we clean our fruits and vegetables, do some heavy degreasing in our kitchen, if it's even outside in the barbecue. Even you could use this topically also. So there's so many uses, but I'm going to show you how we wash our fruits and vegetables. Start off with some tomatoes, which is a big hit in our home. So let me just fill these up. And what do we normally do to wash our fruits and vegetables? We use tap water. That's what I used to use until I had this technology. Again, if you don't know any different, that's what we do. But there's oil-based pesticides on these tomatoes, and they spray them because these are not organic, but even organic, they sometimes spray them. So I'll pour a little bit of tap water because that's what most of us are doing. But here I keep 11.5 strong Kangen water, just so when I'm ready to use it, it's readily available for me. Now the farmers spray these oil-based pesticides on their produce to prevent the rain from washing it off. So I'm going to kind of show you what's going on in this glass here, and actually in this one here. This is just dark sesame oil. Just represents the oil-based pesticides and how this water actually, the 9 or 11.5 washes off. But you can see here with regular tap water, it's separating, which is what we expect to happen because oil and water is not supposed to mix. But here you're going to see the strong Kangen water, how quickly this breaks it down and emulsifies it. So this is why it's a great degreaser, excellent for your kitchen or for your countertops, and that's why we love it. But here, as you can see, we already start seeing some separation here with, and let me just pour that there, put that there, and I'll just pour out what's happening here with these tomatoes and the tap water. As you can see, nothing is going on in there. But if I was to go, I'm making a mess, but hey, I'm trying to make a point. All right, so as you can see, that is not tea. That's oil-based pesticides that they spray on your produce. You need to be washing these off. They are extremely carcinogen. They are harmful for our health. So you want to make sure you're removing the oil-based pesticides from your food, and that would also include dry preserves like raisins, even some of your nuts. Walnuts is and pecans are actually really bad for the pesticides. So you want to remove those from your produce. So this is what we're doing. Hopefully you enjoy what you just seen there. What I would do is get back to the person who invited you to this presentation, demonstration, and let them know you're ready to get started, all right? Thank you for watching.